I don't have a boner for one project over another. One after another. Matt, what's up? Now, I've also been really crafty, and I've been switching stuff out with silverfish stone in the mines. So people have to kind of, you know, as they dig through stuff to get to things, silverfish will pop up. Kind of a way to spawn enemies without me really being there. But not really hard enemies. Like the most hard enemy.
Wait, are the roads still gravel? Yeah.
Well, I want to change I want to make nice pathways here in the city. I want to really, I don't, you know, I'm not looking for a metropolitan city because this is still kind of a medieval themed skin, ancient. But, you know, I definitely, here in this city, I want to make sure, like, there's not a lot of dark areas. I really want to try to do my best to make sure it's mobless for two reasons. One is I want players to feel like they're safe in at least one city, no matter what. If that means more, you know, golems, a few more golems or something, as well as a lot of light, then so be it. And then I also want to not have to worry about having to repair this city with creeper damage.
Yeah,
as much as I can,
all of us creators.
Because, yeah, it'll be us creators' job to do most of the repairing. A player doesn't have to feel obligated to build. Like I said, unless they want to win a piece of property, but even that will have a house already on it, and a fence line, and a garden. And that won't be built until we decide to do that. Otherwise, people will be tempted to use it. I really just want players to focus on, like, adventuring, you know, going and looking for loot, fighting mobs, fighting off other humans. I'm telling you, that's going to be people are going to be red players. They really are. Oh! What reference was that to, bitches?
Sword Art Online?
Yep.
Yeah. I was about to say it, but I couldn't remember who it was that didn't like it. I knew someone didn't like it. I love it.
Oh yeah. I didn't really like I didn't like the shortness of the new gun one they did.
The new one, I haven't watched it.
No.
I watched it on Crunchyroll on my phone.
It's on Hulu for free.
On my phone.
I mean, it might not be anymore.
Yeah.
It might be all Hulu Plus. But
I don't have Hulu. I only have Netflix.
well, Hulu's free, so.
Yeah, you just have to. Hulu Plus, is it?
No, Hulu Plus. Okay, here's the thing. Hulu Plus still shows you commercials. It just gives you access to all the other episodes. I don't care about that, so I just watch between Hulu. Like, I'm just a week behind on my shows, but I watch Flash and Arrow. Now, like, Vikings comes back this week. I watch that on the History app. Some things I watch on a lot of different things, but yeah, Crackle, Crunchyroll, Netflix, Hulu, and the History Channel and the CW app. If you want to watch like Arrow like the next morning, you can watch it on the CW app too. I used to watch Supernatural and Flash and all the CW stuff like while I was in the kitchen in the morning. I just didn't watch it on my iPad. But Hulu for free, like I said, folks, you still get commercials. People think it's like commercial free, but it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
It just gives you access to everything.
Yeah. So if you don't care about the access to everything, and you don't mind just waiting a week, you still have the same commercials. And a lot of people think that the extra $8 is commercial free, and they're all disappointed when they get it. Now I've actually thought about it because with Hulu Plus and Netflix, it's about $18 a month, and I can basically watch all this stuff. Now the movie selection of Hulu Plus though is pretty much whatever Netflix is streaming, so I've noticed that.
Yeah.
Their movie selection of free movies, or even Hulu Plus movies, is all like on Netflix too. But $20 a month for Netflix and Hulu is still cheaper than your average cable package.
Yeah. And you still get commercials on cable as well.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and then the premium cable costs chance more. So, you know, a lot of people are scared off, but you know, paying for a Hulu Plus account, watch it on your phone, watch it on your tablet, uh, as well. That's the other thing. Like, I can't watch Hulu on my iPad unless I have Hulu Plus. That's always been kind of a shitter, but you know, I watch on the computer. I watch Netflix on the computer too because it's hooked up through my big screen. It's just my entertainment.
Yeah,
center.
when I had my computer in my room, it was hooked up to my TV, and I just watched stuff on there when my PS3 needed a break.
So there's gonna be 4 different guard towers in the corners. One set up for like high elevation over here, so they can get more
Vines already
range.
started on the growing on my thing, or did someone put the vines?
I put vines on because I thought it looked good.
Uh-huh.
But then I realized that it was a solid lighthouse and we could do better. Probably like moss stone. It'd be a nice mix, like the moss bricked stone. It would look really nice. It'd be very beach realistic, growing moss. Break a few out here and there like I'm doing and just put regular cracked and even silverfish stone occasionally. I'm using 4 different bricked stones to make kind of a mix look. No pattern, just random. For this guard tower. This guard tower is going to be a tall, like, bow and arrow spell-ish kind of one. And then there'll be a big obsidian cannon tower. And then there'll be a couple more little, like, towers. But, you know, it's going to be tricky when we do the raid on them, because we don't want to OP slaughter. It's not about slaughter. We want to actually just have a good fight and give us DDMs a chance to have some fun. And not just be constantly floating around dropping eggs. Like, I draw thy sword and come to mortal land. Puts my foot upon the ground. Let us fight, bitches.
I'm pretty sure God won't say let us fight, bitches.
Just did. Let's fight, bitches.
The god of death is not amused.
You can get off my land. God of barely living. You need to work on your shrine, I think, a little. I think a jack-o'-lantern would be a better headpiece.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love what a
Don't
place
forget
where
to
I
use
was
the
good at-
paintings too. There's the badass like king, queen, and like dragon in armor. Could be, you know, nice little attachments to shrines to make them look nice too.
What should I use for the ground, the floor of the inn?
I would just use slabbed wood. You know, realistic flooring. You can put carpet down on top of it.
Alright.
Make sure you use like orbs for light, because we're gonna industrialize the city a little more look-wise, and you know, avoid the torch look in this city. The other one though is definitely going to be more sand, lava. It's gonna have a moat, I think, maybe. I might not do a moat. I might not do a lava moat.
Primitive and...
Well, I don't want to deal with like lava issues people were saying that can cause the world to glitch. And another thing too, players are allowed to obsidianize lava down in caves if they want to take a bucket of water. It's just part of the game. We can't rob people of everything like that. We can easily just go back and pour a couple more buckets of lava or replace it. It's part of it. But, you know, eventually the world will be, you know, people will want to start working on another world, you know. A few creators might want to become, you know, adventurers. A few adventurers might want to become creators. Like I said, you guys all get the freedom. I'm the one that's stuck.
Yeah, unless someone else was to be the
Yeah.
host.
It's just tricky if I want to do a nice 8-hour show and they're like, oh, I can only play for like an hour. And I'm like, oh, so I can only play in your world for an hour? Because you're not really a pro gamer at that length. Which is nothing wrong with that. That's just like expected. You know, you have to be ready for that. I could just make this a jail. Put enough bars on it. No, we don't have a prison here. We just smite you.
Yeah, we'll just kill you.
We just teleport you really high in the air and then let you drop.
Dude, that's fighting idea.
I teleport you high above the air above my lava waterfall and just drop you into it. So all your items melt.
God.
All your items melt. You go back into the earth and reincarnate.
Your God is not amused. You shall die, and all your earthly possessions shall be destroyed.
Done, done, done.
We'll have like the 5 tenants, you know, out on the wall. You break any of the 5 tenants.
Any God.
Now, you know, there'll be things like, okay, you've drawn down the God's wrath for doing this, and the punishment is,
Death.
No, it's not death. It's just like we just drop a bunch of mobs on you for entertainment. Like I said, I want it, if you play Skyrim, or you play Fallout, or you even play like Zelda or Final Fantasy, you know, randomly, every so often, you just run across enemies.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let it be, you know, night times when they come out. If you're walking through the forest in the middle of the day, I might go ahead of you and spawn a few skeletons.
That can be a jail, you're right.
Yeah, I'm going to replace it. I don't want a jail. I don't need one that big. You know, if we do a prison, I'd rather do like an abandoned prison as part of the...
Trap people under the inn and have torture equipment.
I want to, if I'm going to do a prison, I wouldn't mind doing like an abandoned haunted prison, like...
In the middle of the jungle.
The reason we don't longer, yeah, just like halfway, you know, like I said, if you find a big pit, you can build something up inside of it, and that way it's kind of like a sunken, like we found a couple huge pits in the jungle that you could just go, you know, just build a huge kind of squarish, roundish, you know, pillar up in it, hollow, and then put floors on it. I mean, I hope you guys just realize that you can do this shit really fast and not get too complicated on some of it by using the natural caverns. There's so many caverns down below with huge cavern caves. Like, you know, if you just want to add little touches of, like, dungeon, you can just slowly guide people with, like, spider webs and red lantern torches. No wood roof, man. Don't get ghetto.
Oh, no. This is only the floor of the next floor.
Okay.
There's gonna be another floor right here.
Yeah, lightning proof that shit.
Yeah, we don't need a repeater game, man.
The few little wood buildings here, totally kosher.
But yeah, this is only the first floor right here.
There will be there'll be no jokes, people. There will be hose and things near each garden that's here in the town, so there's no excuse not to replant. So people that come in here as adventurer are more than welcome to come and take everything out of the garden. They just have to replant, and that's one of the crimes of the city. Like, you get caught. We're also going to do bounties, like maybe where one of the gods comes down in mortal form, gets in a character, hides in a cave, and we have a bounty to find and kill them. Because they can just hide their blip. Or even just crouch and hide it. I don't know, like, there's so much we could do. Like, I put a wanted poster on the outside of the wall. I put, like, a "You Are Here" directory.
Wow.
I do want to redo the gate, but for now, like I said, I wanted something that worked for now. We'll figure it out. I also have a feeling Tuesday. And if you guys don't know, the city was named the Great Walled City of Vosh. And Vosh means a lot to me. Vash or Vosh is the name of every character I've ever made in Bethesda games, Skyrim games. It's kind of a fan fiction bloodline. Even my character Vixen in GTA is Vixen Vosh. She was even reincarnated as my newest Destiny character in the future after her conscious was downloaded into a War Machine Exo. You know, like, I like to write the fan fiction and deal with it. It also makes me put the roleplay into my characters more. Make sure that you don't build up on too many of these hills in the city. I kind of want to level them out so we can move. This guard tower over here is kind of the level that I want to build the city at.
You have many traits that a lot of gamers are missing.
I don't know if it, because I don't say this lightly because I don't mean insult to anyone at whatever your age, but I think I grew up in a time where games sucked. And we
So
had
you
to
have
use,
to be
even
more
playing like
creative.
Pong, we had to use our imagination more. And I'm not saying that in a bad way, because I don't think that